This is the land where Henry Church and his family made their home in 1834. It was once the land of the Iroquois, lakes, rivers, and streams, waterfalls that cascaded into pools teeming with fish. It was a land of forests that stretched as far as the eye could see. Wildlife was abundant, supporting the Native Americans, and by the 1700s, the French, who laid claim to the land. In the 1740s, the plentiful wildlife in the region set the stage for the trading post of French trapper Francois Chagin. He apparently was held in such high regard that the river was named after him, Rivière Chagin, and shown that way on a map from 1778 created by Thomas Hutchins. The names Chagrin River and later Chagrin Falls may have been derived from Chagin's name. France's control of the territory ended with the British victory in the French and Indian War. Long before, in King Charles II's colonial charters, England had divided the land in the West among the coastal colonies. However, Britain's claim to any of the colonies came to an end in the American Revolution. A second victory by the Americans over Britain in the War of 1812 was key to the westward migration of pioneers, and among them were Noah Graves and his wife Minerva. They are credited with beginning the settlement at Chagrin Falls. According to one story, Graves, having stumbled on the high falls and being impressed with the potential power of the river, purchased 210 acres in 1833. Graves told his good friend Henry Church about the land. At the time, Henry and his wife Clarissa lived in Deerfield, Massachusetts, with daughters Jerusha, 7 years old, and newborn Jane. Church was a blacksmith, something every town needed at the time. In the spring of 1834, Henry visited the land with the high falls and decided that he and his growing family could make a go of it in Chagrin. A diary written by Henry's son, Austin, recounts his father's memory of the family's trip in 1834.
At that time, there was no Chagrin. Only the river held that name. Our folks were 21 days on the way, plodding along up the Erie Canal at Buffalo, taking a steamer for Cleveland.
The trip on the Erie Canal covered 363 miles from the Hudson River in Albany to Buffalo and took about 9 days. Passenger rates were about a penny a mile. A steamer from Buffalo to Cleveland lasted 20 to 24 hours. Cabin fare with meals was $6. Steerage or deck passage was $2.50. Upon arriving in Cleveland, the family hired a team to take them the rest of the way.
Our folks arrived at their destination in Chagrin October 4th, 1834, and the next morning there was 2 inches of snow on the ground.
A house that was supposed to have been built for the Church family arrival was not, so they had to begin living in a barn.